David, and I'm playing Mouse in this here production of Heaven Eyes.
I'm Natalie Ann Jameson and I'm playing Erin in Heaven Eyes.
I'm Paddy Burton and I play Grandpa.
Well, can you tell us a bit about the show and what's the story behind it?
The show is an adaptation of a novel by David Almond, and the novel Heaven Eyes is about 3 young children who run away from their care home, and they go on a massive adventure down the River Tyne in Newcastle, and they meet a girl called Heaven Eyes, who in the novel has webbed fingers and is really like kind of magical and a bit creepy, and you don't really know what she is. And the way we've adapted it for the stage is that she's we don't quite know who she is rather than what she is. She speaks, she uses different languages, and we don't fully understand her, and she says strange things like she doesn't understand that there's a past and a present and things that are a bit ambiguous to us as an audience. And she lives on the Middens with Grandpa, and we don't quite understand what their relationship as well. So the story is finding out how Heaven Eyes and Grandpa came to live together on the Middens, where she came from, and the story of the children is their development of them discovering or learning about themselves and their relationships with people that they've loved and lost, and needing new people to love.
What was it like working with David Almond to adopt his story for the stage?
Well, David's a very gentle sort of a man, and he was very supportive to us, and he came to look at the rehearsals and things and said, wow, this is amazing. I'm really touched and flattered and honoured at how you've turned my story into something that lives and breathes. He's a very nice man. Yeah.
We worked with him quite a bit when we were first developing it, because obviously it was his story, and he had previously made it into a play from another theatre, and then we had some different ideas to add into that mix. So we asked him for some rewrites, and we worked alongside him to develop it into kind of the way that we wanted to use it as a story, this company. So this version is unique to us.
Are you like your characters at all in real life?
In ways. There's a nice sort of innocence and curiosity about children generally, quite often, and especially about Mouse. So his sort of main character trait that David Almond has sort of given Mouse is this desire and love for digging stuff up. So I feel like if you saw the rest of his life, you probably would become not like it.
You're going to become an archaeologist next.
Anyway, but there's this kind of discovering things and a fascination about stuff you find and bits and bobs, and which is why when he comes to Grandpa's residence with Heaven Eyes, that there's this big room full of stuff, and I find personally that I'm a little bit like that when you arrive somewhere new. I guess we can all sort of know that thing.
But you're the one who goes to all the museums, don't you? Every town you go to, Will goes off to the museum.
So you come to you see it, and it's like it's big, especially if it's like particularly awe-inspiring. Yeah, I find I'm quite like Mouse in that way.
Most definitely, I share characteristics with Erin. She says that she's very happy, and she's always been happy. And when people do impressions of me, they always say things like, "Oh, that's nice," and stuff like that. So I feel like in that respect that yes, we have similar qualities. But also I think when I was a teenager, that I mean, Erin says that she's always happy, but sometimes she can be quite what's the right word? Stroppy's a good word. Sometimes she can be quite stroppy, and I certainly share that quality as well.
Grandpa is a half mad vagrant who lives off corned beef and Tizer, and so there are some differences between him and me in real life. But I think he's also he also kind of represents an old world that isn't there anymore, and so yeah, you have to kind of try and find bits of your own personality or your own history or things which should tune in with the character. So I guess Grandpa could be anybody who's older and has had a few knocks in life. Yeah.
What advice would you give to young people interested in theatre?
We had a Q&A after a show in Halifax last week. Was it last week?
Yeah, that's Wednesday.
And somebody asked us that sort of question, and we all we hadn't really discussed it between ourselves. We all went, "You theatre,
You theatre, yeah.
Theatre.
Everybody, we'd all started, through doing youth theatre.
Yeah.
So get as much experience as you can,
Yeah.
and in as much variety, different kinds of styles of theatre, and whether it's something that's improvised or scripted or music, get as many.
And always use the opportunity to learn how to do something.
Yeah.
If it might be singing, it might be playing the drum kit. Because everything you can do like that is always, or juggling. Anything you can do like that might always come in handy at some point.
And if you only get a tiny part in something, then make something that tiny part. Don't go, oh no, they didn't pick me for the lead role.
I was always told there's no such thing as small parts, there's only small actors. I think that's a good thing to remember, because do you know, sometimes as well, the people that look like they're having the most fun or have done the most with their part haven't even got any like a speaking part. Doesn't matter, it's what you do with it.
But you notice them as an audience member, you often notice somebody who's completely committed and completely engaged.
And listening, I think that's so important. I think when you're kind of on, and like knowing the value of the ensemble, because I don't know any production or any kind of actor who's done amazingly well who kind of siphons themselves off from the rest of it and kind of isolates themselves. I think that kind of group cooperation thing, especially for theatre, because that cooperation, you can just tell that. Like I think there's some really good like Laurence Olivier quote where he talks about the hot breath of unity. Talking about rep theatres where it's the same company doing play after play after play, and it doesn't work like that so much now. But even so, you kind of maintain this kind of. So yeah, I think valuing that and valuing your peers and treating everybody on the level, I think that's really important.
And remembering that it's not only just the actors who make a show; it's the technicians and front of the house people and all. There's a big team that's making it happen.
But there's that as well, actually, with so if you're a young actor and stuff, obviously, you say definitely do youth theatre. And then if you want to go off to drama school or something like that, fantastic. If you can't afford it, actually, rep theatre is making a comeback, and there are young companies popping up. Liverpool have got their rep back, and there's about to be the Northern rep. I'm sure that'll travel down because education's becoming expensive. So I think that's why rep's coming back, actually, because especially with the younger rep companies. So if you can't afford, or you think you can't afford, or you don't want to get a loan or something like that, there's lots of other ways you can get into it.